just tell you this: that Fesco, they let me go shortly after I got in that truck accident, and I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't say that any other way it happened. I said exactly how it went down, and they fired me even though on the paperwork it says La Ligas, La Ligas, La Ligas. Yeah, it was written by a man that's dead now, so I can't tell you that. So, but the company let it go through. Yeah, they can't say you can't have your boss in the interview tell me that I got to have thick skin and be able to handle like shit like that. They called me racial things, you see. Saying La Ligas was because I am Asian way. They say that Asian people can't say R, so they say them as L. So instead of Rodriguez, it was La Ligas, but I won't say it was the top management. Yeah, the GM at my location. Now that's right. I was told that by them. That's right. Not the Morris one you see or the Billy one in between. He had the desk in there. How did he get to buy? How did he get to buy explosive? He had a felony drug conviction. That's fucked up. I called him for help, tried to get a hold of Isaac, and he wouldn't put me through. Yeah, he played defense, he freaking job blocked me. Yeah, fuck you, Justin Sprinsel. Yeah, my friend Frankie Flowers. Yeah, Frankie Flowers is my boy. Yeah, we had long conversations with that old man, learning how to putt on that green there. Yeah, I know he's the man, he's the real Frankie Flowers. Yeah, from the whole 10 yards. The whole 9 too, so that's 19, so the whole 19 yards. Yeah, because I was locked up with I bet it was his son, JP, not the sore one, but he had that house that was sore. Yeah, because you gotta keep things like that in code or you're... Yeah, you can't translate it because I just made it up and it only translates to the people that need to have it because it's personal. Because I got personal relationships with my friends, my family. Yeah, I mix business and family. That's okay as long as you establish the boundaries that if they owe you money, it's not gonna be squash on nothing. Yeah, when it's big money like that, you get your fucking wig split. Yeah, it's made real clear on when you're sitting on the coffee table and I'm sitting on the couch. The only time you came to the front door was that time that day. Yeah, we were next door to the DEA. That's bold as fuck, but they couldn't watch the back door. Oh, that's why that. Never had to talk on the phone, not one time. Yeah. That's an ingenious system. Yeah, we were using snail mail. You see, mail a letter when it was close to running out, and we had it timed so perfectly. Yeah, then we use fax machines. Yeah, on months, and then why? Oh, tattoos. Yeah, I do say that. Yeah, promise rings. Promise rings and engagement piercings, and then wedding tattoos. And if you gotta get divorced, face tattoos that depict why the divorce was and whose fault it was. And if the kids are involved and they're still little, they get to pick which ones. And that's why I don't get face tattoos, because I think they're dumb. You can't cover them up for the proper occasion, you see. I'm not hating, but I like to be able to go places and act like I've been there, because I know how to be there in those situations. Might not have been to that location, but I've been in those high dollar situations. I know how to tip. When to tip more, when to tip less, when somebody's involved in scamming the money. You know how you can tell if a mechanic ain't a mechanic out here. You know, only had like only like 6 rock auto magnets on his refrigerator. I filled up a fridge on 3 sides. In a few months of doing my business, I was kicking ass and taking no victims. Yeah, you know it's right. You know that's why my customers would wait for me. Like, that was really cool to not get mad about that radiator. But how could you? You were ordering the parts, not me. But I'm the one that noticed that front clip was a 93, not a 95. That's crazy. But I only noticed because I saw the stamp on the headlight, you see, because it had the glass lights and it said 93. So then I knew the clip had been changed. Yeah, I only had one diesel customer. That's right, because he kept his engine bay immaculate. I don't work on other people's diesels because I don't like being black from my fingertips to my shoulder. You see, it's not about the color, it's about the grease. I don't like to have to clean myself up with diesel and gasoline. I will if it's for my home family or my own self. But let me tell you, I used to love to work on cars, but then I used to call my therapy because I could get all my anger out, busting knuckles and get things loose. But now I lost everything that I inherited from Wild Bill. Yeah, the Simon's clan, yeah. All that S&K stuff was from him. He gave me 3 of everything, and when they came for it after he died, yeah, I gave back 2 of everything and kept 1 for myself, because that was the plan. Yeah, it was to see if she gave them to the other sons. Yeah, because I was all in and he was family to him. Yeah, he let me all the way in. He thought I was smoking crack that first time when he saw me smoking by the swing, but then it was just a dugout looking like a cigarette, so the kids didn't know we were doing anything at that age. But my daughter always did. Yeah, we had to talk with her when she was just going into kindergarten. Yeah, that you can't talk about it because it's just illegal in Texas, but it's legit everywhere else. Yeah, we watched the TV shows and the documentation and watched all the things about legalization of marijuana. Yeah. So when they tried to get CPS to talk to her without no permission from me or her mom, she said, hell no, y'all can't do that. But she didn't say hell, but she said, where's my lawyer at? Gangster. I didn't teach her that. She picked that up on her own. Selling chocolate bars, and when your mom's boyfriend buys a case, and then you go to your friend's house, and when you get back, he sold a couple to your uncle, and you're mad because they messed with your profits, because even if they bought them back, like, he would have had to buy more. It was messed up. They tried to give her the money, and she threw it back in their face. Said, it's not about the money, it's the point. That's what I'm about. She got the best traits from me. I didn't hide who I was. I wasn't doing hard drugs when I had my daughter and my kids in my life. Like, all the way. I not around them. Like, but when they took them away, she's the reason why I stopped going hard. Saved my life. That's why it's because on Wally it's Eve. It's like. It's not. That's not her name. You call her. Say it wrong. Now we're going classic. Oh, the Eve Online experience. What are the odds of that? Stems. They're in between the leaves and the roots.